Not the most balanced rock in the world. We are climbing Mount Falcon, as you probably already know. And we are about a mile into the trip. I thought this wasn't too bad of a spot to kind of say hello. How you doing? This hike is located in Morrison, Colorado. We're basically right next to Red Rocks. And overall, we're doing a longer trail for this hike. We're gonna hit most of the major spots for this trail. We got two kind of historical spots, which we'll go over once we get there, and the top of the mountain. So those are gonna be the main two objectives we got going on for this hike. And something a little more interesting. It's not just up and back, the scenic stuff. We actually got some stories to tell. So let's keep on trucking. All right, you're a little closer. As you can see inscribed on here, it says summer home for the presidents of the United States. The gift of the people of Colorado in 1911. This basically commemorates a crazy idea that unfortunately just didn't get enough money to be able to kind of come to fruition. So basically, a man named John Walker came up here and was just captivated by the top of this mountain, which I don't blame him. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I mean, this view is crazy. You even get like a view way over here of Mount Evans, and it's just beautiful. But the grand idea was to make this almost castle-like palace on top of this mountain for US presidents to escape the summer heat. There were even plans and architects put into drawing up, sketch, and kind of generally planning for this to happen. It just unfortunately just didn't get the money. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, just because maybe it's better off that it just kind of stayed in its natural state up here. But overall, what's left of this crazy idea of a castle on top of this mountain right near Denver is this little limestone hanging out right here. And generally we have reached one of the higher spots of this hike. And here, give me 1 second. I'm going to take you to a great overlook overlooking Denver and Morrison and some of Red Rock. So I'll see you in 2 seconds. And just like about 50 to 100 feet away, on the other side of this mountain here, is the other side. Well, yeah, it's the other side. And right down here, you get a great view of the flat part of Colorado and some glimpses of the Front Range here. So right down here, these rocks, that is the Red Rock Amphitheater and the Red Rock, generally the Red Rock Park. Right to our left there, that mountain peak, that is Mount Morrison, which is an awesome like trainer hike. It's about 3 miles, but you do climb 2,000 feet. So it's a nice, steep, fun hike. And right down here, see this little snow-capped thing right there? That is Green Mountain Open Space. I have a video on that. I did one of the longer trails. I think it was about 7 miles. And right down below, this tree's in a way, that's downtown Morrison. And kind of right back here, those buildings, that is Denver. So, and now you know kind of about where we're standing. So let's enjoy the view for a touch. I'm going to enjoy the view for a little more, get some water. Yeah, well, let's keep on rock and roll. We still got a good amount of hiking left. I have another cool little historic spot to show you and we can check out. So I'll see you there in about a minute. And behind me is what was once a mansion here right next to Mount Falcon. This was built by John Walker, same person who wanted to build the President's Vacation House right over there on that other mountain. And it looks like he got at least one of his dreams done. And this was kind of more or less his dream home. He built this right about the same time he was planning on making that presidential vacation house. But just like that vacation house, it was a dream that didn't last very long. Unfortunately, this was struck by lightning and did burn down only about, I think, only a few short years later after it was completed and built. But what remains is basically just a stone structure. But what is really cool is that he's basically the reason why this entire park, this Mount Falcon open space, is here for the whole public to enjoy. He was a big proponent in pushing a lot more open space to the public and really trying to push tourism for this area. And without him, there's a chance that there's quite a few parks around here like this and trails that probably might not exist. So let's keep on trucking. Just a little bit of the hike left. We have a little loop to go on top of Mount Falcon and we're done. So I'll see you at the top.
Yeah, it's fast. So we can go this way.
and we have made it to the top. We're actually in this little overlook, which is kind of cool. They built this to kind of get you above the tree line, but we're on top of Mount Falcon, and we are sitting at about a little above 7,800 feet above sea level. Yeah, overall, this was a really cool hike. From where I started, this is definitely a longer route. Should be a little over 8 miles, and maybe about 2,000 feet of climbing, but there's quite a few other trailheads and other ways to get to some of these spots. You don't have to do this mega hike. I just wanted to do kind of like a big hike that hit everything in the area. That's where I think we'll kind of end this. And it'll be about a minute back down to the car, even though it's going to be like 4 miles, I think, back to the car. But you've seen everything, and we'll take the loop back, and I'll see you on the next one.